drama saved me. And when I say drama saved me, I'm a twin, and we come from a family of 4, and in 5, in fact. And I was not the child who spoke, but I was super aware and super reflective as well, to the point where I never really wanted to disappoint my mother, because my good report cards were at least the smile on her face. So I pushed for that a lot, but I think I may have also negated my own feelings, my own expressions of how I feel, and so forth. And for the first time, when in grade 7, when drama was introduced to us, it was just in the classroom setup. We were just asked, given a task to introduce ourselves using this story that we were narrating, and I engaged with that. And firstly, just the laughter and the communalness that was present in our group regarding that story, and the amount of efforts that we put in, and then performing it was just amazing for me. Like, it left me with a feeling of, oh my gosh, I haven't, and I brought up everything, and even the class were like surprised, good, hey, you're a bit crazy there, like, we don't know you, we know you quiet. And then from there, I just felt as though that was the one safety space I can definitely enter into to make meaning of my life, to understand what is it that I was going through, even with my brother with drugs and stuff like that. That was, I feel like drama saved me, because it created a space for me to go and express the internal suppressed feelings that I couldn't necessarily do at home. And I didn't necessarily know how to. But through the characters that I took up, I was able to do that. And progressively, as I moved through high school, and my characters started shifting, and I think obviously because developmentally I was shifting as well, but I didn't know anything about drama therapy at the time. So a lot of it while I was in primary and high school was comedy. I even created pieces, wrote pieces, and it was fun, until the shift in grade 9, 15 years, 14, things started shifting. And but again, I knew where to go to express. I didn't necessarily have to go to drugs, drink, or whatever, to let go. But I knew that I invested quite a lot of time. My mom used to say, Ceci, the school ends at 2:30, when your school ends at 4:30 or 5. That's because after the school and stuff, I would sit in the drama space. We would create. I had this wonderful friend. She's still my best friend, Shirley, and we used to just create these pieces and then perform them for Ice Stedfords and stuff like that. And progressively, more and more, the pieces kind of started getting dark as well, but it was what I wanted to do, and so forth. And then when I got to varsity and I found out about, I just said, I'm just going to be an actress. Like, that's all I wanted to be. I just wanted to be a theater performer, just because of how it made me feel and how I feel together with the audience. 3rd year, there was a shift though, because then I started realizing you can actually use the drama to educate, to social transform. I want to use it for that. And that's when I met up with applied theater. So I started using the performance, but for the purposes of educating. For me, why do you work with this community is I feel like I strongly identify with them. I strongly identify particularly with the children and their struggles. At the conference, I shared about the monologue that I wrote. And I feel a lot of their stories, possibly not the abusive stuff, thank God for that, but being raised by a single mom and the care that she had to give, and just seeing her as well, the psychosocial stresses of holding up a family of 4 kids, and also just the struggles of going to school and sometimes being separated out because fees are being owed, or you don't have this, or you can't go to camp, or this and this. So I have a strong identifications, particularly with this particular group, and I think that's why possibly my passion and love for children came up, because of my own upbringing and what I experienced and so forth. I think I was very lucky to have the mother that I had, who loved even under the extreme circumstances, and was able to instill the idea that I could be anything I wanted to be. So I feel like a part of me wants to do the same for the children who may not necessarily have that as well. It's quite violent for me if I had to come into your household at this present moment and assume certain things about your household and so forth, how you live, where I look at things and so forth. I'm using this as an example without necessarily listening to your guidance of how it is you want to be. And for me, I say violent, particularly when it comes to this idea of healing. Healing in itself is a concept that is understood in different ways, in different cultures, in different backgrounds, and so forth. It is problematic for me to come in and impose what I have understood as healing onto somebody else. For me, it is a violent act, because that particular individual does not necessarily have the agency, have the power and ability to engage with what it is that you are giving. And not only that, they are sitting at a place where they are completely vulnerable. And so I come in and bring my thing. And when I am vulnerable, I will usually go, whatever you say, I will go and do, because I'm trying to get help. It becomes violent when I don't acknowledge fully you as a human being who may be just experiencing a problem, but instead see you holistically as a problem. That for me is a violent act, because you are not acknowledging me holistically as a human being.